Good morning, and it's wonderful to have you here once again. This morning, we are going to talk about microorganisms and the immune system. Every day we try to learn something new in science and make ourselves better. Now, microorganisms and the immune system. We know that microorganisms are tiny organisms that cannot be seen with the naked eyes. You need to see them. You need to be aided to be able to see them. You need a microscope to be able to see them. And examples are your bacteria, your fungi, your viruses. These are all examples, your parasites, they're all examples of your microorganisms, and you need your microscope to be able to view them. And then when we look at immunity, what's immunity? Immunity refers to the totality of the protection that the immune system provides for the body. Protection against all sorts of external influence. So protection from pathogens, protection from the sun, from rain, from vagaries of the environment, and then also from organisms themselves. This all-round total protection that the immune system provides for the human body is what we refer to as immunity. Now, it's important to realize that microorganisms are partners with the immune system in providing health for the individual. And we might say that, are they not enemies? Well, it works in two ways. They can be enemies and they can be friends with the immune system. They can help the immune system in very many ways. So we'll look at what's the beneficial role of organisms, microorganisms. Now, that's what we call the normal microbiota. Normal microbiota. So within a human being, there are normal microorganisms that exist within that human being, in every area of the human being, in our mouths, in our tongues, in breast milk, in the vagina of women, in our rectum, in our anus, in the gut, in our stomach. Microorganisms are everywhere. On our skin, under our armpits, we have microorganisms everywhere on the human body, and they are what we refer to as the normal microbiota. They are the normal microbiota, and they are there providing protection for us. Because they exist in all these different places, they make it difficult for the harmful organisms to, find a place, find a way to now grow and multiply in these different areas of our body. So this normal microbiota, which are microorganisms themselves, are really useful for us. They are useful because, think about it, like they occupy space, making it difficult for other harmful organisms to come into that space and begin to wreak havoc. So their presence in those spaces are beneficial to us. They are beneficial to us, and they make us safe, they make us healthy. And if they are no more present in these areas that I've mentioned, then it leaves those areas open for pathogenic organisms to now come in and begin to wreak havoc. And that's what happens when people become, there's a term we use, we say people become immunocompromised. If the immune system is low and you don't have normal microbiota being present in a place, it gives room, it gives way for organisms we call opportunistic organisms. It also gives way for pathogenic organisms to now find their way into that system and begin to cause disease and begin to wreak havoc in that system. So it's important that we know that microorganisms have beneficial effects. They have good effect for us within our body. Now, it's also important to know that microorganisms also have harmful effects. A lot of microorganisms are pathogenic in nature. They are pathogenic in nature, meaning that they are disease-causing organisms. There are thousands of organisms, both bacteria, viruses, and fungi, that have the capacity to cause different kinds of diseases, skin irritation, urinary tract infection, kidney diseases, lung diseases, pneumonia, cough, all sorts of diseases you may think of. A lot of them can be linked and traced back to microorganisms. So it's important that we realize that microorganisms can be, not every time, but they can be pathogenic in nature. And in this kind of situation, we have to work hard, to rid our body of pathogens. And so the last thing we'll talk about is that there is a balance, a delicate balance between microorganisms that are part of our normal microbiota and those that are pathogenic in nature. So there's a balance within a normal human being. And if something now happens to tilt the balance, to tip the balance, it is possible that the person now begins to come down with a disease. Lastly, we'll talk about what we call immune system modulation. it's important to note that as a person continues to grow, his immune system is sensitized on a daily basis. His immune system is taught the direction in which to go, and is taught this direction in which to go by the kind of bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microorganisms that colonize the person, even from the age of infancy all the way into adulthood. So as the baby is growing, as the human is growing, the immune system is being modulated. And the simple meaning of that word modulated is the immune system is being taught, is being guided, is being directed in a particular direction so as to provide optimum strength and immunity for the individual. It's important that we know these terms. Immunocompromised individual, we know what the meaning of that term is. That's the person who the immune system is not functioning optimally, and the person is at risk of coming down with any disease or any problem. We also have different other kinds of terms that we should know: normal microbiota, which I've discussed, beneficial microorganisms, pathogenic microorganisms. We need to make sure we know those terms and know their meaning and know the application of those terms. Thank you for listening to me today. I hope you come around again. Look for our pages, like them, follow them, and come around and improve your science. Do have a wonderful day.